R-A-I-N.
Right. Okay. Well, we were at your house a little while ago. Like we told you, we were following up on some things. We talked to a whole bunch of witnesses, and you were explaining to me, because I'm sure you've already explained to them how, I guess, Mary came, y'all hung out or whatever, and she picked you up. Y'all went back out to Holton Street from 2500 Holton, on to Holton Street, and I guess turned north.
Towards Floral?
Turn left.
Yeah.
Turn left. And you said that she couldn't get up with the guy she was trying to get up with.
Yeah.
Who was that she was trying to get up with?
I don't know. I just know she said, when she texted me, she said a jig.
Okay.
I don't know who that.
About dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know who that person was.
Right. Okay. So she let you out of the car there on Holton Street shortly thereafter.
Yeah, she said she was going home.
Okay. And you said you didn't go right back home. You went to your plug. How come you didn't take Mary to your plug?
She already had, like I said, I told him, I said, Mary had one set of people, some people she
Yeah.
doesn't live, not eat too.
Yeah.
You know, so.
All right. And then you walk. I'm not going to ask you who your plug. I know the rules of the game. I'm not going to ask you who your plug is. I'm just going to ask you what direction did you walk in.
Going that way, like coming down. I came through it's a little path that you could take.
Right. Okay.
And then it put you back in the project.
Right. And
You went back in the projects?
I stayed in the project.
I know, but
Yeah.
we're okay.
But the and then we asked you what you were wearing because we're talking to witnesses who were seeing people coming and going last night, and you went to, I guess, was your bedroom, got that sweater. Is that what you were wearing last night?
Yeah.
Not last night, but the night of the shooting.
Yeah.
Okay. And what kind of pants were you wearing?
These sweatpants, I got them.
Can you stand up? I wasn't paying attention. Black pants?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sweatpants.
All right. Okay. It was cold that night. I see you got a hood. Did you have the hood up over your head or anything like that?
I always have like the hood pulled up.
Right. Always have the hood pulled down? Okay. All right. Okay. Like Mark told you, we got some pictures and some stuff on the computer there for you to look at. Might be able to help us out a little bit. And we got some other things too that I don't know. Is it? I'll let you take over. Whichever order you want to go in as far as buckle or anything else.
Yeah, I think you might as well do that first.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I know you told us that I guess you got inside of Mary's car whenever she got there. Which seat did you sit in?
The passenger seat.
Passenger seat. Okay. We're trying to eliminate anybody that was in the car that wasn't supposed to be in the car. Now, you Mary's friend, you're supposed to be in the car, right? All right. So one of the ways we can do that is by taking a buccal swab from everybody we interview. That might have connection to that vehicle. You obviously have connection to that vehicle because you're in it.
I was in it I've been in it all the time, right?
Right, exactly. So when we process that car, forensically speaking, we're liable to find your DNA, your fingerprints in it.
Yeah.
Right. So we need something to compare that to. No, we're not.
Fingerprint?
No. What a buccal swab is a big Q-tip we stick in your mouth and get swab cheek cells, basically. Just swab the inside of your mouth on both sides, and then we put it in an envelope.
Okay.
And that way we compare it to, whatever DNA we find in the vehicle.
You were in the vehicle shortly before.
Yeah.
Okay, you're allowed to be in that. That's fine. It makes sense. You're friends. Okay, that's
Yeah.
cool. So if we try to get it, forensic evidence from the car, fingerprints and DNA and stuff like that, as he said, we need to have, it would come back and give us, okay, we have DNA. Here's the DNA profile.
Yeah.
We need to be able to eliminate.
Because
Okay, well, whose is it? Is it
me and my
hers?
son, because she took us to Enterprise.
Right.
Okay.
Is it her? Is it Barry's, or is it Tiny's, or whose is it? So we have to be able to eliminate, right? It's really.
Otherwise, we might spin our wheels looking for somebody. We'll have DNA to somebody we don't know who it is. We'll spin our wheels looking for it. This is a way to help Mary. So we appreciate it.
All right. So what this form says is and I'll put your name on here.
I need a good glove. You're going.
I do not have one. Having been informed of my constitutional right not to have a search conducted of the above-mentioned person without a search warrant, and my right to refuse to consent to such a search, hereby authorize Investigator Adric and Investigator Roberts, officers of the Tallahassee Police Department, or their designee to search the above-mentioned person. It's technically a search. We're not physically going to search you. It's just a Q-tip.
Okay.
And to seize any swabbing, hair, blood, or other property which they may desire. In this case, it's a swabbing. I need to put the date and time and all that up here. At 6:13 p.m. Rosemary Green.
None of this is going to get me violated from my probation, is that?
No.
Okay.
This has nothing to do with, again, the forensics, that like crime scene people, we have the vehicle, take a bunch of swabs, different things, you know, they have procedures and standard procedures that they do. And again, when we send it off to the lab, it's going to come back with something. You have to have something to compare it to, or it's just going to be, yeah, we got DNA. Okay, well that's nice, but we need to know if she asked if it had anything to do with violating her. I told her, no, it has nothing to do with that.
No, are you on pretrial or probation?
I'm on probation.
What for? I didn't even know. Some mess, we'll just leave it at that. This ain't got nothing to do with, we're not the probation violation police. This ain't got nothing to do with that. No.
Okay, this written permission is being given to the above named officers voluntarily and without threats or promises of any kind. If you agree with all that, you're okay with it. We just need you to sign right here. Thank you.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a sterile swab and just open up your mouth and just going to rub it inside of your cheeks. Just on both sides. Okay.
We're going to seal it up right in front of you. I wanted to show you a couple of photographs and see if you recognize any of these people. And if you do, like how you know them, if you have their phone number and stuff like that. Okay?
I don't know him.
Huh?
Remember last night when y'all asked me about him?
Did we ever show you that one?
Y'all showed me this. That's when I said I said,
Oh, you're
I
right.
said if that's her plug, she
Yeah, we
knows
should
him
do
too.
that one.
And y'all did that one too. I don't know him, period.
Yeah.
But you remember I told you about him? I said if she know him through my friend Freddie.
Yeah. Do you think that his number is in your book?
No.
Okay. All right.
And the other person, I definitely don't know who that is. I was trying to think of what they called him, but I
Still
don't
can't
know.
remember. Say that again.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
Okay.
I've never saw them.
Okay.
I don't think if I ever remember seeing them, but I don't know them too. Like I told you, that one boy, I know him, but I know him through
Freddie from the down there for Pine
Spine, Spine.
slash Pine and
Yeah.
all that.
That's the only way I know him. The other two, I definitely never saw them because I can remember.
Yeah. After you were dropped, you got out of the car, out of Mary's car. About how long later was it that you heard those gunshots? If you think back, you did whatever you did after you got out of the car, wherever you went. Kind of give me a time frame of how long that took to do all that. So you get out.
It's like maybe between 20 and 30 minutes, probably. I'm taking a guess. I don't know.
And then after you went, got whatever you needed to get, and did whatever business you needed to take care of, did you go straight home?
I went home.
Okay, and you stayed in for the rest of the night?
I stayed in.
And I recall you talking last night, I guess it was last night. It's all running together now. You heard gunshots and you made that comment to yourself.
Yeah,
you're like, I hope Mary took her ass home, I think is what you said.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. And you didn't think to call her?
Because usually I said, like, if she was still out, she would text me or something, about her not texting me. And like I told you, if she home with her husband, she very rarely texts, so I just assumed that she was home, that she went home. And like I said, I don't like to text and stuff if I know she home with her husband, because I didn't want her getting in trouble by her.
How long have you been knowing Mary?
I want to say maybe a year or a little longer than a year.
Yeah. But she came over to your place after letting you know that she was going to do this, y'all do some dope together.
See, that's how we did. We hung out and we did our thing.
Y'all hung out and did your thing.
Yeah.
But then when she couldn't hook up with her guy...
She know like a whole bunch of... I told him, I said, me and her have our pictures of people that we know, but Mary had her own set of people who she dealt with, a lot of days without even me, So she got her own set of people that she likes to go to.
If you were going to get it, how come you didn't want to just go with her to get it?
Because she had her own place where she was going, and where I was gonna go, it was like in walking means up where I don't deal really in the project.
Or you could have taken her to your plug.
She didn't want to go to my plug. She always want to go do her thing. Maybe, and when she do that, I'm thinking maybe she was gonna go credit, or she already have her thing that she's gonna do with her people.
Okay. You said she did the credit a lot?
Yeah, she credit.
How often did she get fronted?
A lot of time, a lot. I mean, it's time she ever came to my house and she already done went and like said she got to go pay such as this certain person on some stuff that it hadn't been with me, but.
How much did she get fronted at a time?
As much as she wanted sometimes.
Because she got the money.
Yeah, she always had money. Even if she had, like I've told him, I said one thing about her, if she come and she credit from people, she gonna come pay them. And I always could tell them, like if they'll see me and they'll say like, well, Mary, if they tell me like Mary owed or something, I always can say this because I always know that you probably don't see her today, if she didn't come out today, but you definitely will see her when she comes, she gonna pay you your money.
How much you normally buy her time on a weekend? She buy a whole brick or what?
She spends money.
Yeah. $100, $300?
Yeah. Sometimes that, sometimes more.
Okay. All right. How much do you normally spend when you buy?
I never have that much money. I mean, to spend, because I don't work on that, so.
All right. So, you 5, 10, 20?
Something like that.
Okay. All right. If you don't want to marry, she'd have broke you off something, though, right?
I know, but she need to go home.
Because y'all together, y'all do y'all thing together.
Yeah.
If you'd have
Even if I would have been with her, if I wouldn't have been with her, and she would have scored, she still probably would have came to my house. You know what I'm saying? Or she came back out and she would have said, well, I got you something more.
Or if you'd have taken Mary and she had $300 to spend to...
See, I didn't know if Mary had $300 because I didn't ask her.
But when she buys, she buys.
Yeah.
If you'd have taken her to your plug, that would have made your plug happy.
But see, like I tell you again, she was like, if she go to her plug, it's always more. I can get more.
Okay.
So if it's her money and she's spending, I'm going to go where she want to go.
But she runs short of money sometimes, doesn't she?
Yeah, she runs short of money a lot of times, but she still had like her own sort of people who that would credit her.
And that's one of the things that Mom wants to ask you about, is when she runs short of money, what does she do?
She have no credit. She can credit. I don't credit. So like the people I deal with, I never credit though. I
After a
don't.
while, people get tired of fronting her if they're having to beat money out of her.
No, because one thing about it, like I said, she might tell them that she's gonna have it Friday, and she don't have it Friday. But if she come back and say when Friday come, and she don't have Friday, when Monday come, she gonna have it. And I mean, she never went like a long time as I know of.
We've seen that girl's phone. There's people texting her left and right trying to beat money out of her.
See, I don't know about it.
Yeah.
Cause like I told you, I said when Mary around me, like the people who I know she have credit from. But I told him, I said Mary know a whole slew of other people that I had no idea that she knew. Like I was telling about the girl Tasha. She knew the girl Tasha before I knew her. When I met Mary, I thought that I was like one of the first people that she met because she was telling me that she had just moved here. But she knew Tasha, so it's like a whole bunch of people. She gave people a ride. Mary like did things for people. So you know. One thing about it is she gonna find somebody she can get it from.
You talked to Tasha at all today?
No, I talked to Tasha yesterday when she came by my house, and she just was asking me, did I hear about Mary, and we just was saying what type of person that Mary was, and you know, I haven't talked. She had said she was gonna come back. Cause Tasha stayed right in the back of me.
When she sent you that text, it says, "Look, I got a young jit. We're gonna get with the money, okay?" What does that mean to you?
See how this said one. I can't read without my glasses, so if I'm looking at it, I'm probably thinking looking like she got money. But when she always says she's gonna get, that means when she's gonna get, as that she finna score, she finna get something.
Who's the young jit?
I don't know. We never met the jit, because when she called for whoever it was, he wasn't in place.
Did it sound like it was a new person, like you've never met before, or didn't know about?
Maybe it could be somebody that I knew, that she probably done seen, that we probably dealt with, or something that she hadn't dealt with, or I don't know, because I didn't get a chance to see him. I don't know. I told you, it's like a lot of people that she dealt with that I don't know, so I didn't deal with them.
When you were sitting in the car hanging out, I guess in the parking lot and everything, she was making phone calls.
She made a phone call.
Okay. And one person wasn't available.
And I'm assuming that's the person who she was going to.
She didn't say the name or anything.
I never heard. She said, I always said the word jit. That's why I told you I only can place people that if I know their face and I know we done dealt with them, then I can like pretty much tell you who I know who they are.
Yeah. How did Ricky's name come up?
She said she was going to be, I can't remember if she called him or he called her, but I want to say she called and he didn't answer and he called her back. And said she was going to see Rickey.
She said that though?
Yeah.
She said like, I'm going to go see Rickey?
Yeah.
And you know Rickey, you had met him.
I didn't know what Rickey. She like just said Rickey at the bottom of the project, but she said Rickey. That he like the first person who I could think, because that's the only Rickey, like I told you, that I know, because that's my cousin Rickey.
Yeah.
I know no other.
Yeah, and he's not. You said he lived somewhere else.
He lived in
Monticello?
San Marco. My cousin Rickey lived in Monticello.
Yeah, yeah. So you were thinking the guy that lived in San Marco. Because you had actually been, the two of you had met him out there.
Gave him a ride from there, and you know.
So that's who came to mind.
That's the first person who came to my mind. And I know that he be in the project.
Yeah. Have you bought from him before?
Yeah. Okay. Like a long time ago. And I was saying like, that's when Mr. Hill asked me when the last time I used that number, and I told him I believe it was in like November, because my son that's in Atlanta stayed on Putnam. Yeah. And I met him at the Piggly Wiggly and bought some green from him.
Yeah.
And that's the last time like I can remember using that number. That's why I said I don't know. I didn't see the number that she dialed.
When I read that text message and
yes, right here.
There was a whole conversation about her back and forth, about her coming over to your place. I'm not accusing or anything like that. We're trying to figure out, trying to learn as much as we can about everything Mary was doing that day, why she was doing it, who she was.
Because I hadn't seen her talk to her all day.
But listen to this. You ask her, you coming at me? And she says, look, I got a young jit. We're going to get with the $, okay? We're going to, and I understand, I'm getting. I know what that means, okay? But it doesn't say we're getting with dough, whatever, and I wouldn't expect it to. This says, we're going to get with the dollar sign. We're going to get with the money. Okay?
See, when I see the dollar sign, it was always I'm thinking that she got money.
So we're going to get with the money. We're going to get with the money.
In my mind, it's like she got money and she not getting credit.
Yeah. Well, we heard a rumor, some talk on the streets. And you know how talk on the street is. It always comes from somewhere.
Yeah.
There's always some truth to it. That she might have been passing some counterfeit money.
I have seen her, like, Saturday, or was it Saturday, when we was at Freddie's house. Me and her, we went to Freddie's house, we was getting high, but she had, like, this coloring thing that we be coloring. If you look in her truck, she got a coloring thing inside the, when we had the bag, that we took the bag in the house with the, her coloring book, took the bag with her markers and stuff. Mm-hmm. And it was like some counterfeit money. You could tell it wasn't real. Actually, look at it, you could tell. And I picked it up and I was like, where this came from? She was like, it was in, I guess the bag was an old bag.
Okay.
And
what day was this when you saw this counterfeit money?
This was Saturday.
That was
Saturday.
Saturday.
It wasn't like a whole bunch of counterfeit.
So this is after she got to your house around 9:30, 10 o'clock, whatever time. 10 o'clock.
No, this wasn't.
This
was Saturday, the day that we got my son to Enterprise.
Okay, Enterprise.
Yeah, and when we dropped my son back off, we went to Freddie's house.
And this was in what color book bag was it?
It was either a black bag or either a flower bag. She had two bags in her truck that she had all her coloring, because we like the color a lot, that she had all her coloring stuff in.
Did she always keep those bags in her truck? More
I
or
want to
less.
say she did.
Do you remember seeing them Sunday night, I guess, when you were inside the truck?
No, Sunday, but I think that counterfeit money was sitting in her truck.
Where was it sitting?
I want to say when she picked the cigarettes up, I think it was in the console, because she moved it to pick the cigarettes up to go in the pipe to give me a cigarette to give my niece.
Okay. And just so we're clear, because I don't want you to worry about anything, this is her money, not
Yeah,
yours.
no.
Right. I just want we understand that, just so in case you worry about anything. What kind of bills were they? How big were they?
I think I saw just some fives. That's all I remember seeing. I don't know.
Okay. And the ones that you saw?
But I know Saturday I saw it was like 100 and some fives. When she had it Saturday, because when she opened her bag, you could see it laying inside her bag. And I thought it was real when I picked it up, just to look at it from like in her bag. But once you get it, you could tell that clearly.
By looking or feeling, does it feel
No,
off?
when I picked it up, you could tell, and you could look and tell that it really wasn't, nothing that I would even think that she would attempt to try to go and get nobody with. I mean,
How much money did you see her with? How much, what you
but she
thought
had
was
her
real
own
money?
real money.
How much do you think she had?
I don't know, but I know it was in her console, because we stopped to the store and she bought some cigarettes.
Which
We
store?
stopped to the petrol store.
The one at Spring Hill and Orange?
The one that's between the split going up, if you go up Orange.
We're talking about Saturday, right?
Yeah, this was Saturday. The little petrol store, that's it, right? If you're going up Orange Avenue toward Eisenhower.
Okay. Yeah, right there, the split
we
where,
stopped right
where
there.
like Lake Munson.
Yeah, we stopped there and I bought a pack of cigarettes. And me and her, my son was in the car. We bought 3, 4, 5 scratch-offs and a pack of cigarettes. And she gave me a $20 bill out there, but she had plenty of money up there, because you could see the money, it was folded, and she had it tucked up there. So,
What about Sunday?
see, that's what I'm saying, because after Saturday evening, we stayed at Freddie's house maybe like an hour or two. She went home. So I didn't see her Sunday, so...
But what time do you think that she went home on Sunday at Freddie's house? Was it the best you can?
She had gone maybe like 4 or 5 or something like that. I don't know.
4 or 5 p.m.?
Yeah.
Okay. Was it dark out yet?
No, it was still daylight.
So it was maybe afternoon.
Yeah. And she dropped me home Saturday. She took me home.
The night of the shooting, did she say how much she was looking to spend? Okay. But you said you saw at least a 5 that you thought was one of the counterfeit bills in the console.
I assumed it was the counterfeit money, because she never really have her money out in her truck. She always keep it.
About the visor?
No, it's not above the rise, like in the middle.
Oh, the
Yeah,
center.
it's a little car back up there.
Okay.
That's where they are either in her middle thing, where she always really kept her real money. So when we just see it sitting there, I figured that it couldn't have been. I knew, but it ain't dawned on me if she was finna go try to, because you could look at it and just, a baby could tell that really wasn't no, you understand what I'm saying?
You've been with her when she bought before, right? And you've been around her enough, you know how cautious she is or how relaxed she is. When she goes to buy, does she let anybody in? Does she let them in the car with her?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
I know that's how it's
she
going.
had plenty of times.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. And down there in the bottoms, where there ain't no police down there a whole bunch, when they serve, they normally get in the car, or they just serve at the window?
Sometimes we went down there, a couple times they got in the car, but it's people that she know.
Right. Okay.
Or they come to the window or...
And going back to that counterfeit money, and please don't be alarmed. We're not trying to get you in trouble, and we ain't trying to disparage her memory or anything like that. We're just looking for a motive, that's all. Was she intending to use any money that counterfeit buy dope with?
I honestly, I don't know that.
Well, when you saw that money in her coloring book notebook thing, surely it was counterfeit. What was the conversation you had with her? Because I'm sure you saw that, you said something.
I was like, what you doing with this? And she was like, it was in her bag. I just left it at that, because to look at it, you could tell that it really was, I guess when I looked at it, I could tell that it really wasn't real to me, so in my mind, it really wasn't nothing that she was going to go try to...
But Rosemary, did she, when you asked her, what are you doing with this, what did she say?
She said it was in her bag.
I know it was in her bag, but is that, you said, what are you doing with this? And she said, it's in my bag?
And I said it in a way like, this shit, if it look like this, in my mind was, why would you have it? But I guess me knowing that she already had money and she already had dope, I really ain't put nothing into it. Because if you look at it, when you look at it, it looked like just some money that looked like to me that was just cut out of a magazine or something.
She got a habit, you got a habit, and you know the people, when they ain't got money and they won't, they'll do strange things, like try to pass
I ain't
off
on
some
that.
bad looking money.
No.
You know what I mean?
I'll tell you, like I told them, and one thing I established to Mary, one thing I know Mary do, they asked me, did I think she would mess around with her husband? No. Because like I told her, I got her, but I would never trick.
I'm not talking about nothing about tricking.
Yeah, I'm just saying, it's just certain things to me that I accept.
People carry stuff to the pawn shop. They'll try to pass off bad money.
She took plenty of stuff to the pawn shop. I mean,
and if she's getting fronted all these times by all these people, it's because she didn't have money handy. Because she's having problems getting a hold of it from her old man or whatever. So will she try to pass that money off?
To me, I say no, but I don't know what she would do if she not with me. Because like I said again, I told them, it was plenty of times I have seen Mary. We don't be together. Like I told him, it's a whole bunch of guys who Mary dealt with. I don't know. And she dealt with them, so I can't really say what she would do, you know. But in the sense of that, of Sunday night, I wouldn't have thought that she was going to try to pass off no money, because I think in my mind, when I looked up at her to see money, she had a lot of money. So it wouldn't dawn to me. I didn't think that she was going to try to use no fake money on that, because if she went home Saturday evening with that money, like once she go home, she very rarely comes out.
When you say you looked up there, what do you mean you looked up there?
When she opened the something like to give me the money to go in the store, you know, when she opened it, we both looked up.
This was, what night was that?
This was Saturday.
Okay.
Saturday.
But Sunday you didn't see her money.
No, she didn't pull out. Like usually, even if we finna go get something or whatever, it's not like when she pull up, she have her money out and handy. She never like pull her money out till we like go wherever we gonna go and do whatever we gonna do. Yeah. Then she'll pull her money out.
But she said, we gonna get that money. We gonna get that money.
We gonna get that money?
That's what the text message she sent you said. We gonna get that money.
We gonna get that money?
Is that basically what?
Look, I got a young jet. We gonna get with the money,
Get
okay?
with the money. So we're gonna get dope with
I'm thinking
the money.
Because sometimes
What
when
money is
she
she talking
texting me,
about?
if she texting me, She be texting so fast sometimes. I be thinking maybe she done left out words or something. I don't think maybe she said we finna get something with them.
Okay.
I don't know. Because that's what it usually could have meant sometimes. Because I'm assuming that Mary had money. Period. But I told you, like, sometimes she texts, you don't ever, if you go look through my texts, you'll see what she texts. And some of the text is not right, so you have to put the word in the text. Me with my glasses, maybe I'm thinking that's what it takes, because I wear glasses.
Yeah.
If don't have my glasses on, I really can't see too good, so.
So you like, slow down, Mary, quit texting so fast.
No, I don't say nothing, I just try to put in my mind whatever the text say and just go with the flow.
Yeah. I understand. Okay.
But like I say, I never, as much, to my knowledge,
Had you heard a rumor about the money?
I heard that the night when I told you my niece said that they said they have to marry, but I think she told me that like that next morning, and I was like, marrying, I don't want to try to use no counterfeit money. That meant, because that money was like first thing, and then I was like, any fool would never try to pass that off, because you could clearly look at it and tell that the money is not. I mean, I don't know.
Pretty foolish.
Anybody.
Could you show me the book here? What you told
Just
Hale?
the number. I had one given. See, this the number. I told you the day when the boy had sauce and he gave us the number
Whose number was that again?
to do with Ricky.
Ricky. I'm gonna write it down again just because.
And
When do you think that was?
Probably it was either in October or November, because this is the photo I had when I was going to court, and I was in pre-trial.
This past October?
Yeah, it was either October or November.
Is that Ricky's number there?
Yeah, this is the number right here.
Oh, 7920443.
And I didn't realize I had the number till I told you. I know he had told us to get the number, and I told you Mary put the number in her phone. But I jotted the number down, so I was staying to my son's house, and my son wanted some weeknight, and I told you, I said, let me see who the number it is. But I think I ended up texting the number, and that's when I told you he met me at Piggly Wiggly, but that was like the only time that I might have called him like a couple more times after that, but it's just like he was nobody that or either he texted us for a ride or something.
Ricky takes you for a ride. How many times you just buy weed?
Weed and like sometimes
Hard.
we have hard too.
Okay.
But he mostly to me sold weed.
But you dealt with him enough that he would call you and ask you for a ride, right?
Yeah, me, I'm married. He'll call me and text me actually with, am I around?
He gave you the number in, what did you say, June?
No, I said on either October or November.
Okay, so since October, you dealt with him a few times, and he trusts you enough for a ride.
Yeah, because we know him through the boy Chris Surdy.
They know each other.
Yeah. All of them you hang down in the property.
Yeah.
I told you, everybody I know hung in the property except that one boy y'all showed me in the picture with the red shirt.
The red shirt, yeah.
I said I never saw him. Well, if he hang down there, I never saw him in the project.
Did this, what'd you call him? Sudi?
Surdy. His name is Chris.
Yeah. Did he sling? Did he sell dope? Did she ever get from him?
Yeah, I was just telling him she was with Chris. I saw her at his house Saturday morning. I called him for my cousin Ricky now, not the Ricky who number this is. My cousin Ricky number is 242-3436. That's my blood cousin. But we ended up going to Chris' house Saturday morning.
You're the one that, you know Chris's number off the top of your head.
Yeah, 519-9744. So that was like my friend, you know. Still is my friend, but when I had called him, he had said he'll be home in like 6 minutes. And I told you.
What day was that?
This was Saturday morning.
Saturday morning.
And when I pulled up in his driveway, I called to see how he made it
Was she
home.
with you, Mary?
She was with him. She was giving him
So
a ride.
when you went to him,
She was already
She pulled up with
getting
him.
out. Yeah. And she was getting out he was getting out her truck
where was this at?
at his house in Alpine.
In Alabama.
That's over there off of what, Levy? What kind of truck has he got?
No, he was in Mary's truck. He don't have a car. Mary always gave him a ride.
Was that a Saturday morning or?
That was Saturday morning. It
That was
had to be by before 10. Because we went to Walmart and got some money for my mom. My dad sent my mom some money. We dropped my daughter off at the house and then we went. Yeah, it had to be before 10, I want to say before 10 or 11. But she was with him early that morning.
Did you know she was going to be over there?
No, because I hadn't talked to her. I hadn't talked to her since, I want to say Thursday.
Who carried you over to Alpine?
My cousin Rickey.
Rickey carried you.
Not the Rickey 9.
The different Rickey.
Yeah, not the Rickey who's never in here.
All right.
My cousin Rickey.
Were you going over to get?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because my cousin get high, so surgery the only person I know he was up early like that, so that's why I called him. And then he know him, so he credit to him. So.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Did you and Mary talk?
Yeah, I got out, I walked to her truck, and she asked me what I was doing, and I asked her where she was going, and said she was finna go home, that she had just took Chris, I guess, to get whatever he was going to get, and we hugged, and she went on, and I talked to her like that on. She backed out and she left.
Yeah, watch a few seconds of this video. Tell me what you think. See that dumpster? Right here? Watch on this side right here. That look like?
That's me.
That's you. Okay. Where were you coming from?
Coming from, Hotel School, from where I told you about.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Let's play the whole thing.
Oh, let me.
Yeah.
Okay.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Oh, did I click on the wrong one? Oh, man.
You call?
I thought I was going to need to. I think. Come on. Got it.
Technology. And what we'll do is when we play this one, we'll point some things out to you and see if you have any recollection of it. It might help us out.
You ready? Mm-hmm. Yeah? Okay. I want you to keep your eyes right here, okay? This is the street. Okay? Now just watch right there. Follow those headlights. And then keep watching when you see the car stop. You recognize that? You think you know what that is?
What is it?
Keep watching. You saw it stop behind the bush right there. Just keep watching. See a little bit of movement up there? Just keep watching. You see someone on the road? Right here? Walking this way? Towards the dumpster?
I ain't seen nothing. Do it again.
Do it again. Follow his pen.
I know it got a little funky there, okay? This is the car. This is Mary.
It's Mary's car.
Okay, let's get ready to stop. Get ready to stop. Right there. Okay, it's behind that little bush, but stop because you never saw the headlights come out, right?
That's her coming up from the bottom.
Okay, just watching right over there. You're going to see some movement right here. Right there, we see a little bit of movement from the car. And then that movement's going to come right over there. See, it's coming in the... See it right there? Moving across the stream going this way. It's right here now. Right above my pen. It's going to be walking through the parking lot. Okay. Now I just showed you the other video.
That's unedited. It hasn't been cleaned up about forensics analysis yet. It'll be much clearer. We just got that today. There's witnesses that saw, okay? There's people that saw. We need the truth because we're trying to figure out what happened to Mary. You were there. We know you were there. I'm sorry. I know you don't want to be there. I know it's the last place you wanted to be because you're worried about 10,000 things. Where am I going to live? Who am I going to buy from? I understand that. You were there. You couldn't get out of the car because you couldn't get the door open because you crawled out of the window. And when you did, you left a print there in blood, in Mary's blood. And I know why her blood was on your hands is because you tried to help your friend before you got out. I know that. Nobody's saying you didn't do everything you could do. It wouldn't matter if there had been a doctor riding in the car with her that night. It would not have saved her life. So don't think that you left Mary there. Don't think that you did. If there had been a trauma surgeon in the car with her, he could not have saved her life. We know that. As soon as we saw that blood up there, we know that you tried to help your friend. You got her blood on your hand. You couldn't get out of the car. You were scared because maybe they're still coming. Maybe they're still coming. Maybe they'll run up behind the car, and you had to get out of there. I don't blame you. You couldn't get that door open. It was locked. You crawled out the window. And that's you on camera, isn't it? It's okay. It's okay. We're not going to let anything happen to you. Or your family, your mama, your daughters.
I'm scared.
I know. Is that the first time you've ever been up close to something like that? It's not pretty, is it?
You've been thinking about that ever since? Can't get it out of your head, can you?
Have you told your daughter?
I ain't told nobody because I was scared. I didn't want to get in trouble.
You're not going to get in trouble by us.
But I know, that's why I was telling you about the boy Rickey.
Mm-hmm.
You saw what happened. You were in the car.
Can you take a minute and just start from the
What's
top?
going to happen to me? I'm going to jail.
For what?
Why?
I tried to send her home.
I know.
Right? This ain't about this isn't about you.
Or us trying to...
We're not trying to hem you up. That has absolutely no intentions to do that.
As far as we're concerned, you're a victim in this too. As far as we're concerned, you're a victim and you're a witness. And your friend is dead. We don't care that you're on
And I ain't
probation.
slept since it happened.
I know.
I didn't want to tell you last night because that was like so nice to me, but
We could tell.
I'm like so scared.
Mm-hmm. Everybody knew last night that you wanted to tell more.
I remember, you know what I remember you saying when you walked out? You felt better after talking to us. And we're not going to sit here. Last night, we didn't dog you. We didn't treat you like a piece of garbage or anything like that. Because I don't believe you are. And we're not going to treat you like that.
Nobody was mad because you didn't tell everything last
And
night.
Mary was my friend.
The truth is hard. It's hard to get it out when you're scared and you're worried about yourself, what could happen. But
I'm just scared. I'm just really scared.
you gave us a little bit last night, and it made you feel better. You gave us a little bit because you wanted to point us in the right direction. You were just scared to go all the way. Kind of need you to go all the way. Because, you know, we're working as hard as we can for Mary and for you.
Man, it was that boy Rick.
What'd you see?
I ain't never get out of the car. I just kept telling her that I was on 77 to go home. I told her to go home. She said she was wanting to go for Ricky.
Mm-hmm.
She pulled down there. Everything happened so fast. I just remember him. I don't know if he stuck something in the window or. I just remember he hitting the gas. And when her foot hit the gas, everything happened so fast. I just started getting gunshot.
Why did Ricky do that?
I want to say because he said Mary owed him some money. He said, "Where's my money?" That's the first thing he said when he walked up. And she was like, "I got your money."
Did she give him fake money?
I was looking, that's why I was finna I don't know if she pulled the fake money out because my head was turned looking at who was coming toward the car. I didn't see her hand him any money. I just remember him sticking his hand in, but I never looked to see if he had anything. I don't even know if he had her anything or not. But by the time his hand came in, I don't know if she was turning. I don't think her foot meant to hit the gas, but her foot hit the gas to me. You could tell because we jerked. And she just didn't stop.
She kept driving, you mean?
Till she got, I guess because she got a bit when she hit the curb. When we turned the curb, I said, "Mary." But by the time I could say Mary, Josh was just, I looked back. He had a blue Parker on.
Who had a blue Parker on?
Ricky.
Ricky did?
And I just heard him saying, "Bitch." And I just got down and I tried to pull her down.
Okay, I'm going to ask you this because of what you just did. I'm not sure if you're aware that you did it or not. You said he had a blue Parker on and he was sitting there and you made a sign of a gun with your hand like this.
And you could hear the gunshots.
Did you see him with a gun?
I didn't see, I can't, he was like, not in the back part of the project where I should was at, you know, like on the front part.
Don't
Like,
hold anything back.
Right? If you come in up,
Do you want me to pull up a map?
no, just if you come in, okay, so if you're finna come back out.
Okay.
You know, if you coming out from the bike, we come around the curb,
Yep.
this the front side of it.
Mhm.
I don't know if he, cause I can't even remember if when we turned the corner, did we stop? Cause I want to say she stopped the car. I'm thinking that's how he got a chance to start shooting really at the car, but I just said Mary, and by the time I could say her name, I want to say her foot hit the gas again, and I just started hearing the bullet shots. But when I heard the bullet shot hit the bike glass, I grabbed me and her, and I pulled her down, and I just didn't hear her say nothing else. But I thought she was okay, cause her eyes blinked.
What do you need? I've got a map.
And I'm willing to
Yeah.
help y'all. If I have to, whatever I have to do, I'm willing to do. I told him that last night though.
You did.
So,
And you've been great. I mean,
I
I
told my
understand.
daughter when y'all came, I didn't mind because it was bothering so much that I really did.
This is Holton Street out here. This is the entrance that, she's whispering out. This is the entrance that drives down. There's the office like right here. But
Okay, this like just say we
This is
we
the
came in.
box.
Say we came in. When we came in,
I'm gonna put this on here just so, this is,
we went to this building. Just say when we pulled in, she came in, we came down, came in. She pulled up to this building, and she backed out. And as she was getting ready to go, he called her name.
show me again. Y'all came in.
We came in, we pulled in,
Mhm.
and
You pulled into a parking space?
yeah, and she
No-
like
nose
waited.
in?
No, sir.
Nosed in?
Yeah, she pulled in, and then she like waited a minute or two for, I guess, to see who. I didn't, when I heard her say Rickey, like I didn't see him when we first pulled up, but you could tell that once she pulled in, and then she biked out. We biked out, and like we was finna head out.
So she was facing like
Okay, yeah,
this
we pulled
now?
in, and then when we biked out, and then we was headed back out.
Okay.
I saw him come out. Remember I told you about the first apartment? I saw him come out of the apartment, and he said,
Is
"Man,"
that first apartment you mean down here?
downstairs. Like when we pulled in, when we come in, we pulled in right here. This is the building.
Yep.
First apartment downstairs, right here.
Right on the corner.
Yeah, and she biked out. When we biked out to head out, because we didn't see him. So when he called her name, that's when she stopped.
How were you able to hear him calling her?
I had
name?
my window down.
Your window was down.
Okay.
Okay.
That's why my window should have been down when
Yes, I know what you're saying. Okay.
my window was never. She let the window down. No, I think the window was up. I think she let the window down because the window was already halfway down when he called her name and he started walking toward the car. That's when she let the window
Okay.
all the way down.
Okay. Now, when you heard him, did he call out Mary, or did you say
Yeah,
Hey?
that's what made me say, oh, that's Rickey.
Did you turn and look?
That's how I see the blue Parker.
So when you turn and look, how far away do you think he is?
He was made from this corner right here. He was almost like up to the car.
Almost
So
up.
like I said, I want to say I think he had something in his hand because he had asked Mary what she wanted. She said 100 pieces. But he said something to the fact of, you got my money. And like I said, I was still looking. I guess basically trying to watch to see what he was doing. Because, I didn't, right at that time, I ain't like see him putting. I just know when her foot hit the gas, he grabbed the door. So,
Where you were sitting?
yeah, I like leaned over because I thought he was trying to grab me. And I was like, Mary. And I don't know if he let go of the door or whatever, but I know as we came and we was coming out, I told you it happened so fast I cannot remember if she stopped. And I just remember when I looked back again, I know it was him with that blue car because I want to say he had on some blue jeans and a white t-shirt. And I could see when he ran up and he was like still on the grass like where the parking was, but he was like, bitch. And when I heard the first gunshot, I said, Mary. That's when I think her foot hit the gas, I want to say. And I grabbed me and I grabbed her. And I was like trying to pull us down and just telling her to go, go, go. Because it's too late. The stop if he was already shooting. But when I look back again, I didn't see nobody. But I know I clearly saw that boy Rickey.
He was by himself.
Yeah. Because he was the one, he had on the blue Parker when she called him, when he came up to the
I'm going to ask this one question, and I'm going to ask some clarifying questions just real quick, just so I'm clear on everything, because sometimes we get mixed up. Was he the only one out on that end of the bottoms?
He was the only one out on that porch. On that next porch, it was some guys and people standing.
When you say the next
What
porch.
do you mean
Okay,
by the next?
like, it's this set of stairs,
Mhm.
and then you got another set of stairs.
Oh, okay.
He was
Same
like-
building.
Yeah, same building, but it was like people on the next step.
Yeah.
But he was the only one I seen. I don't even think he was outside. I think he looked like he must have looked out the window or something and came out when he saw.
Because you all pulled right in front of it, so you would have
We
seen
didn't pull
it.
like exactly in front of that apartment building. We pulled
okay.
in, but man, I would say we was in front of like, the two apartments like this, apartment here, apartment here. I want to say we put up in front of the other apartment more so.
Like this, if these two little boxes are the doors?
Yeah.
Okay.
Instead of pulling up in front of this door, we maybe pull up more so in front of
This door.
that door.
And it would have been the next porch over here,
Where
with the people outside?
it was people standing on that
Right.
porch, but like I say, I don't think they would have done nothing because if whatever happened had nothing to do with them. But like I say, when I look back, I clearly as day saw that boy because I saw that blue Parker.
Okay. So, you need to take a minute, get some water or anything? You sure? I don't mind.
want to get it over with.
Some chocolate or something? Okay.
Just happened and
It's okay. Do you feel better?
I don't feel better too. Whatever happened to her, it's just resolved. Then I really would feel better.
Yeah.
Because like I told you, man was my friend. Me and Mary, we went through our ups and downs. We fussed. Cause she called me nigger, I call her cracker, you know. But tomorrow we still back friends again,
Yeah.
you know. I don't care if I spend $10, I will call her.
Your sisters.
And she always, she was like, threatened to always kill herself. So she'll like call me and say she need to talk to me, because if I don't talk to her, she's gonna cut herself. Or, you know, she always did, you know. So,
Yeah.
like I told her, in spite, and I always just tell her, I don't care if you. I always just tell her this though. If you're going to do something to somebody, you always let me know, so we can be on the same page.
Mhm.
You know, and I always tell her that I don't care if you come around me, whatever you done to whoever. I just always say this: they're not gonna fuck with you if you with me. I said we're gonna call the police on their ass, and she always say, "But what if we got their dope?" I said, "I don't give a damn if we got their dope. If they put their hands on you, if you with me, if you come to my house and they touch you, we're gonna call the police."
Mhm.
Because it's like when you with me, I don't know if she just thought I'd protect her, but I can't. But like I told him, I sacrificed myself to. That's how good a friend she was to me, that I would sacrifice me being on 77.
I know.
Just to be with her, because I didn't want nobody to hurt her. I called Mary if I need food, anything that I needed.
She took care of me.
She was
Because you
there.
had her back. And you got her back now. We appreciate that. When, it's important that we start at the top, and it won't take long, but just when she came over to your house, who was the first person that she called that wasn't available? And it's okay, we're not going after him for dope.
Whoever this,
If you don't know, just tell me you don't know.
but I feel say like I told him, it don't matter if it's somebody that, if they sell dope or whatever, and it's for me to help y'all find out what happened to her. I don't really care what a person think about me, because whatever she done,
Yeah.
it was not bad enough for them to take her life, you know.
I'm with you.
So I really don't care. I just don't want like my family be. I don't care about me.
We care about you.
You know, Spirit was my friend, like I say, and it happened to her, and it was really sad, because one thing about it, she didn't bother nobody. If she fluked their ass, that's them. But I always tell them, they'll say, "Well, where's Mary? Don't come ask me nothing about Mary if y'all gave her something when she was with me. When she wasn't with me, so what? You should have gave it to her." That's what my thing is with her. You know, she get high. That's her thing. But at the end of the day, she was a very, very sweet person.
Yeah, a sweetheart. Yeah. When she came over and she was, just walk us through from the top. When she came over, y'all had a plan to go by. Just walk us through
Because
that.
really, like, Wednesdays and Sundays, Mary never come out.
Yeah.
Mary's husband is home.
Right.
And, like, my thing was, especially once I got on 77, like, every now and then I told him, I said, sometimes she'll sneak out at night, and she'll come. Sometimes we just ride. Sometimes we would get stuff just for her, because we want to talk. But I had already took a bath when I was in bed. I told her I hadn't left none Sunday. First thing she came to my house, though, when she was talking about getting high. Like I said, I didn't even check to see if she had money or not, because the first thing I said to her, I said, "Mary, where is Jake?" And she said, "Home." I said, "Take your ass home." That's my thing I always stress to her, especially if it's late night and if she out. Because I told her, I said, I don't deal late night. I don't deal with people because I'm scared of these people. And I always tell her, I say, a lot of young people that I don't know, I say, Mary, I deal in my same circle. But once again, like I went to tell him, Mary knew so many other people that I didn't know that she know that like I told you, whoever she was dealing with, sometimes she could have met people who I don't even know that she met. Like this G, I didn't get a chance to meet whoever it was. I don't know. Because like I'm saying, when she called him, wherever she was going to go to meet him at, he wasn't there. So I think she was trying to crunch for time. So she was trying to hurry up and get back home. So you know me knowing that she out there, yes, I'm going to try to help my friend get something, because she's out there and she's home and she want it. And just if it's going to keep her home and not be in the streets and I have to worry about her,
Okay.
Makes sense.
I would do it.
Sure.
So, just tell us again, after she called this guy who you don't know, and he was unavailable, who did she call then?
Somebody ended up calling her phone. But whoever called her phone, she said it was the wrong person. That was the second call. Okay, then the third call, like I said, she called. Back to me saying, I don't remember I want to say she called Rickey's phone and he didn't answer, and he called her back. But like I told him, I really can't remember, because I was paying attention, but I really wasn't paying attention, because she dials, like Mary got so many people number in her phone. She got so many numbers, so you know, sometimes she texts, sometimes she dialing. I really don't know, but I remember saying, she said, I'm going to see Rickey. And then I said, Rickey who? She said, anybody with the project. I said, I don't fuck around in the project. That's what I told her. I said, Mary, I live in the project. I don't. And I was adamant about not going to the bottom. But where I was finna get out at, she wouldn't stop. She said, we going to the bottom. I said, Mary, take your ass home. But I want to say in my mind then, when I realized that, I think I did realize that she didn't have no money. Or maybe she was going to credit. But, you know, like I say, sometimes they credit her. I don't know. I don't know if she talked to him before or what, but I know she didn't want to go in the bottom of the project. When I told her, I said, because I'm not going down there. And she was like, well, I don't want to meet you in the bottom of the project. But he was adamant to tell her to come to the bottom of the project.
Did you hear that conversation?
Just him saying, come to the bottom. And she said, I don't want to go. I don't want to come. And he was like, well, I'm in the bottom. Come to the bottom. And she said, okay.
Okay. You could overhear that?
You know, because he's like right here, so.
Yeah. You could hear him talking to the phone? Yeah. Okay. So she drove down there. And you said you went and she parked
And
in
like
front
I
of
said,
that?
I didn't see her. I had never paid attention. I saw her going her parking. But I don't know if she had money or not. Because I had never really paid no attention to her. Because she never told me, like, one thing that she always know is we going to the bottom of the project, Mary knew she better have had some money. Or if she talked to somebody that was going to credit her, like I told her. Because as far as going with fake money in the bottom of the project, she my friend, I wouldn't let her do that.
You get her down there doing it.
I wouldn't that part because I'm scared of the people in the project. I'm scared of the project.
So you drove down, and y'all came down here, and you nosed in at the end of this building.
And when we nosed in, we saw that like 3 or 4 minutes.
Okay.
And I can't remember if she was finna call him or if she just. I said, man, I don't see nobody.
Did you remember her getting on her phone and calling him?
That's what I'm gonna tell you right now. I don't remember. I think she was finna pick the phone up and call. And then at the time, I want to say that he came out at one apartment.
You think you're not sure, or you don't know?
He came, because when I first looked up, I didn't see him. That's why I'm telling you, everything happened so fast to. But I know.
But you had already backed out at this point?
We backed out and we was headed out.
And she had already put the window down? Or that was after?
See, when we pulled in, the window was like, she cracked the window. It was like halfway.
Yeah.
And I think when we got ready to pull out, I was trying to let the window, that's probably my way. I was really trying to let the window up. But by the time I did look back again, that's when he came out and he said, Mary. So, I don't know if I let the window on down or she let the window down.
Yeah, did you see him coming out of the apartment?
I saw him. Okay, when he first said Mary, I looked. You could just see his, like, you know, they standing
Go
in
ahead,
front of the door.
you can reenact it.
He
Yeah.
was standing like, you could see him in the door, so.
Was the door open?
No, I couldn't say, I don't know if when he must be reached in, if he did have something in his hand. Because it's like he opened the door, and that's when I could see his, I know I saw the blue, I know him with a blue parka because that's what I need and stuff. And so I know that's his jacket. That plastic parka, like the thing looked like it got puffed. It's puffed up.
Puffy.
That's what he had on.
Okay.
So I saw him. He was the only person I seen come out. He had to be the only person.
Standing in front of the door.
Yeah.
You're not sure if it was open or closed?
The door was closed.
Okay, it's closed. So he was
But-
standing in front of the door, right next to it.
When we first pulled up, he wasn't.
He wasn't, and then he
That's why I
was.
say I believe he either looked out the window, and then he came out and he was standing like right there. I guess to make sure when he said Mary, and she hit break. And that's
Let me ask you this. How far do you think she started driving off, right?
Yeah. Okay. So like when we turned to head out,
How far down do you think she made it?
when we like biked out,
Yeah.
and
started
she
going.
turned, she stopped as if when we stopped, I thought she was finna see if she could call him
Mm-hmm.
to see if he's gonna come out. But like I told you, by the time she picked her phone up and did whatever she's gonna do to cut it on, I looked back and I saw him walking up.
Okay.
So you're facing back out again.
Yeah,
You're
head back
facing north. Your window is partially down or down all the way.
Yeah. And like I said, while she was talking to him, I was busy trying to see.
Okay. And just so I can clarify that, when y'all pulled in, nosed in next to the front of his apartment at the end of Building E, and then you waited for 3 or 4 minutes, he didn't come out. So she backed out like she's going to leave.
Because I said, I guess me made her back out. Because I said, man, that man in here.
Okay.
Let's go. That was me.
So, and just make sure I've got this right in my mind. So 3 or 4 minutes, y'all wait there in front of the apartment, he doesn't come out, y'all back out, and then at that point you hear him calling out, Mary.
Yeah, he said, man, I want to say he said, hey, Mary, something he said, and
Now, when he walked over to the car, he walked over from that door
Yeah, he walked over to the passenger side. Like,
to the passenger side.
when he leaned in, he said, "What you trying to do?"
So you're sitting in the passenger seat, Mary's in the driver's seat, he's leaning in your window.
Yeah,
Okay.
and see, my head was over him because I was looking at the people on the porch.
The people that were
On
a
that
little bit
second
north.
porch. Yeah, because it's like a lot of boys.
So you hadn't pulled very far forward.
No, we had put that far
Yeah,
forward. We put
past
enough way. We wouldn't even pass that second porch.
Mhm.
We was like right way. If I'm like right here, just say we like right here, the porch like right there with that black chair at. So I was like,
You're almost like even with
yeah. So like when he was bent over like talking to me and bent in talking to her, I had my head over his, you know, kind of. That's
Yeah.
how I know for a fact it was Rickey. That's why I said that.
So he was right next to your face.
Yeah, he was like right there in. Might as well say in her car.
Right.
So if y'all do fingerprints, his fingerprints should be either on that door or in there somewhere. His fingerprints should be somewhere on that passenger side, front door, inside, outside, somewhere. Might have been grip, but I was trying to pick because I want to say when she did put his arm, had it. I don't know if he had the arm in the door like this.
How about this? Just get your chair just a little bit. I'm Mary in the driver's seat. You're there. Well, you could say that this is the driver's seat. So he comes over and he's leaning in like this.
Yeah, see, when he leaned, I was like this, looking over him. So while he was talking to her, because that was whatever their business was their business, because you know. But I heard him say, "What you want?" And she said, 100 piece. But like I said, I don't know if he had her now, because I didn't see. Well, I didn't see him.
Because you were focused looking
Yeah,
at her.
and I heard him say.
But you recognized them talking. That's what was going on.
You know,
Exactly.
So I heard him say, "Well, where my money at that you owe me or something?" And she said, "I got you." And then she turned around and asked him for something. She said something else, and he leaned out. And like when he got ready to lean out, before he hit the gas. But like I said, I don't think he gave her nothing. At least I didn't see him.
Did you see her with any money in her hand at any point?
But once again, I told you, I know she went in her pocket, but I still yet didn't see her if she came out because the light went on in her car and then.
Yeah.
So I know she stuck her hand in her pocket, but that didn't mean that she had no money in there because I didn't see her. I didn't pay attention to see if she came out with money because that she already knew if you go into the bottom of the project, Mary, you better have money. Unless you don't talk to somebody to credit with. I don't know.
So he backs up like this, and then is it like right after he backs away that like you lunge forward and start going?
He wasn't, I don't even feel like he was really out of the car because I said he was enough in the car where he was, his arm was like, and the car was moving.
Okay. How far did y'all move with his arm in the car?
We hadn't made it even to, it's like 3 sets of stairs. 1, 2, 3. We hadn't made it even past like the, just say like this.
So there's a set of stairs here,
Set
set
in
of
the middle.
stairs here, and a set of
We
stairs
hadn't
here.
even made it like right here, nowhere past right here, I think. And when I leaned back, I don't know if he just let go and he came out the car, because I didn't never look back. Just I just called in because I was trying to get a grip of what the hell was going on. And like I said, she sped out a little bit, but I keep saying in my mind, I cannot remember if when we turned the curve, did she stop? Because if we did stop, that's why he came. He must have ran around that building, or either he ran up.
Well, so he's going along with you.
All the way almost to
to here.
So as we got like right here,
I'm going to put a mark here where your thumb was. Is that
because I'm
correct?
thinking we got like right there, you could see him, he was standing, okay, this is the end of the building.
Yep.
He was standing like right here, and he wasn't all the way to the end part of the building. And I just saw his arm, and you could see the fire every time. And I just grabbed myself and I grabbed her and we scooted.
What are you moving at this point? The car? Is it going forward?
But see, I think when we first turned, I want to say she stopped until
Right,
we
right.
realized
Yeah, I
that.
remember you saying
and
that.
when I said Mary, I threw her the first gunshot, I want to say her foot hit the gas.
Okay.
But I can't remember.
I mean, I realize that you look back, you see him with a gun, you're pulling it down, there's
And I heard
gunshots.
her say bitch, and then when I looked back again, I just heard the first gunshot hit the car. And then when I looked back again, I just said Mary, and I just grabbed her, and her foot hit the gas, and I tried to pull us down.
Yeah. Do you think you can remember how many gunshots you heard?
Probably about 5 or 6.
And I realize your adrenaline is going and you're scared. out of your mind and whatnot. So you might. I'm not asking you to you to be able to give me an exact number, but
See, my mind is like I can hear it doing thou, 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 thou. That's what I want to think. I don't know. But I know I just
you feel like it was bang bang,
bang, bang, bang.
and then maybe like a short. Was there a short break, or was it bang bang?
It's like
bang bang bang,
bang, bang, bang, bang. And not like no real long break, but like
Yeah.
bang, 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 bang.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, the way you're making the sounds, it makes it sound like it's kind of like bang 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 bang. But there's like a slight break. In the
Yeah,
shots.
something like that.
Yeah.
But I just know that when I heard that first gunshot, I could look back because I wanted to look back to see where it was coming from.
And you said you heard something heard one of those shots hit the car.
Yeah, because when I think before he even shot the gun, I want to say he said bitch. That's what I want to say. That's what made me look back.
Okay.
And I think that I heard one of the shots hit the car, and that's when I said, "Mary, go!" And I grabbed her, and her foot hit the gas. But after like the second or third shot, I just in the car started losing.
You just said about the glass.
I heard it hit when I heard the glass hit.
Where was that at? Like which glass? Like
And I want to say it must be had to be the right glass right here.
right behind where you were sitting?
Cause you
It
could
sounded
tell
like that's
the
what
bullet-
broke.
when the bullet that hit that glass. I believe it went like you could
You could
hear the wind or something.
like the whizzing of it going by you or something.
And then it looked like it hit the front of the. And I think I didn't really realize something was wrong till I had her down, but like I think I really realized something was wrong with her. The car wouldn't go, and then when I looked up, I seen like the hole in the windshield. And I just panicked because I didn't know if he was coming up.
Coming for you.
And I kept telling her to go home. I kept just telling Mary. I said, Mary, that's what I do when I don't have money and I want to get high. I said, I don't do nothing. I don't worry about it. I said, I got over that point. I said, I don't try to take nothing from nobody. I do nothing to nobody because I don't want nobody to hurt my kids. I said, I don't want nobody to hurt my mom. And like I had told her once I was going through it, I started getting high because one day she came over there. Well, I thought I was violated. But anyways, like I told her, she said she wanted to quit getting high. So I said, something that means you could work on together. I said, we can go find us a job, I said, we can find things, positive things to do. I said, when we're going to do things that we don't want to do, I said, Mary, you got a car. We can find things to do to get ourselves straight. Because she called me crying, saying, I said, you got a good husband.
Yeah.
I said, I don't have nobody but my kids. I said, but you got somebody that love you and got your back and willing to help. I said, like he gave us some money one time. And she went and spent the money, and then she came and she was crying. And I said, Mary, what that man gave you that money to do? Stay with your bill. So I said, you got to learn that when he start by trusting you. So he start by trusting you to give you money to go do what you're supposed to do. I said, baby, you got to go do what you got to do. I said, even if you don't do it all, do the majority of it, then you don't feel so bad. But you need to do it all.
Yeah.
I say, that's just a start. And then like one day she called me and said, I went like 2 or 3 days without getting high. And I tell her, because I had nobody to tell me, but my kids tell me when I go that how good it is. So I say, just need somebody to tell you that it's good. It's a good thing. If you did that, I said, you could do it another day. I said, and if you get to the point where you think you want to get high, I said, come up here because I don't get high. We can hang together. We used to be 2 squares together. I used to tell her that like all the time. I say, you the white girl and I'm the black girl. I say, we black and white. I say, and we'll just work this thing out together, Because she always said that she didn't have family and that I was like her only family. And I told her when I woke up this morning, I was crying. Because I like really, really miss her. Like Monday morning to this morning, we hang out. It's not getting high all the time. She'll just come get me to ride with her to go to Walmart to get stuff she need, to do little things with. We'll go eat, just little small things.
Can I ask you something? I'm trying to figure out. I think you know what an answer to it, but y'all pulled up. He's leaning in the window. He's saying what you want. And she wanted, what was it? She wanted 100.
And see, I said,
She wanted 100 piece. Go ahead.
I said if he did, which I didn't see him handing dope, because usually
Yeah.
he already, but maybe if he did have it, he was trying to see if she was going to give him money or something. But like I said, I never saw.
You didn't see the drugs?
I didn't see no
I understand
drugs.
that. What? And then she said something.
She said, I got you.
She said, I got you.
Yeah.
When he said, where's my money at, basically from before, because apparently she owed him money.
And she said, I got you. And then she asked him, I want to say, I don't know if she turned around and asked him for a can of weed. She asked him for something else, which made him...
More dope. A different kind of dope.
Yeah, and I think that's what made him was finna lean out. But she was like, well, let me see what you got. But I never see if he... I don't know what happened.
But... So this whole thing kicked off when there's that conversation going on. Basically, where's my money from the last time? And do you know how much money he owed her? Did you know? Did you even know that he owed money, or she owed money to him?
Okay. Like my friend Fred told me that, he said that Mary got into an altercation in Sunshine. I said, well, I've never been with her, and nobody ever ran up with her. And I done been with like people like I told you, Chris. Like she'll owe Chris $40, but he'll see me and Mary, and he'll be like, bitch, I want my money. But I said, Chris ain't gonna bust to see you this great. Because Mary said, Tanya, what are we gonna do? I said, no, but if he hit you, I'm gonna call them crackers on his ass. That's what I be saying. I said, Mary, if you with me, I don't give a damn what you done to them. If they put their hands on you, I'm gonna call the police on them. When I met that, I don't give a damn we got drugs on the engine with us. I don't give a damn we just bought drugs from them. I said, I'm gonna call the police on them. I said, because if they didn't handle it when you did it, don't bring their ass around now. You know what I'm saying? Try to do something later. But Chris wasn't gonna do nothing. He just said, Mary, I want my damn money.
She always paid.
And she come up, first thing she'll come and say, we go in the survey house so we can give Shirley his goddamn money. So he won't be running me down by no goddamn little $40 million, but he supposed to be a drug dealer and blah, 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 blah. I said, Mary, don't matter, you can give these people their damn money.
Well, this on Sunday night, though, between her and this deal that was happening between her and Rickey. You sitting there in the passenger seat. When did you first become aware that something was wrong? I think you said it in a way. I'm just trying.
I'm thinking because like when I don't know. I said when he leaned in, and he asked when he leaned in, I was thinking he was leaning in because he had whatever he was gonna, So I really didn't pay attention to that. But
He asked her a question too.
Yeah, then he turned around and said, "Where my money at?" No, he asked her what she wanted,
Right.
and she said 100 piece. And then he said, well, where my money that you owed me? And she said, I got you, babe. But I said, I don't know if she tried to throw him off and say, I don't know if Mary asked him for a change to 10 or 10 agreement. It was something of that nature. And I'm thinking that he was leaning back to go in his pocket.
Okay.
But all of a sudden, the gas got hit.
So Mary hits the gas and the vehicle starts moving.
And I didn't get a chance to, as far as me seeing, I didn't see like no drug in the car. I didn't see him hand her no drug. At least I did.
What would make Mary hit the gas?
I want to say maybe if she didn't have his money. I don't know.
And I'm gonna ask you this too.
Go ahead.
Don't be offended, and you're not in any trouble. This ain't something, because if we ain't got the drugs, nobody can be charged with it.
Yeah.
Would he have handed her, because he's dealt with it before, would he have handed her over the 100 piece before he got his money?
See, now I could say that maybe before they learned Mary, they would have.
Before what?
Before they learned that if they give it to Mary, then Mary say, oh yeah, I'm going to pay you tomorrow.
Yeah.
They used to would, but I don't know. That's why I say there's Mary went in her pocket, so I don't know if, like I told you, I saw her go in her pocket, but I didn't see her come out with no money. I didn't see her really come back out of her pocket. I just saw her in her pocket, so I'm thinking that when she said, I got you, she finna go in her pocket and come out with some money.
This is very important. It's for Mary. This ain't
Yeah.
nothing against you or for
Oh,
you.
it don't matter.
This is for Mary. Did she get crack, and did you take it when you left the car?
Oh, I take a
Like,
a lot of tell you no, baby, I ain't have no
he didn't
deal.
hand it to you because you was in the passenger side.
No, sir. Listen, her dealings were her dealings that she deal with. It don't go to me. When me and her deal together, if it's my dealer and it's my money, I spend my money. They put it in my hand. If it's her people and her thing, they put it in her hand, and she's gonna handle the money. I don't care if she tell me it's a ticket. I still don't do that.
That's my question then.
No.
If he handed her the 100 piece of crack, and she took off like he was stupid enough to give her 100 apiece without taking
See,
the
I
money
would've-
first, and she pulled off with his dope, not paying him. That might make you mad. Okay, that's.
But see,
Okay.
but like I'm saying, when we turned the curve, even when we stopped, I never still yet heard her mention that. Well, he gave me the dope, or I didn't see any dope, or that's why I told you I don't know, but I didn't see.
What do you think she saw, or what happened that would cause her to take off that quick?
I think the tone that he said where my fucking money at. Now, maybe I don't know if maybe he called down there and said he was gonna sell it to her and intend to do something to her about his money. I don't know, but them boys down there, they be on Molly, they on everything, and they go crazy about a little bit of money. I'm scared of them. So like I told you, I didn't see him hand her nothing. I didn't see her hand, because usually she would have her hand balled up, or I would have saw it. But I didn't see no drugs. And I put this on God, baby. I ain't have no drugs.
I believe you. When she took off, and which arm does he have hung up in the door?
His left arm. This arm right here.
His left arm?
Yeah, because it was like, I want to say it was like this.
So he's right there with you. Are y'all moving pretty fast? Is he running or walking to keep up?
See, I was just leaning like this because I didn't want him to grab me.
What was he saying?
He won't say nothing. I just said Mary. And maybe like by the time I said Mary and we moved like 2 or 3 yards or whatever, I guess he let go. I won't say he let go, either he was finna hit one of the cars because it was 2 cars. It happened so fast, I don't know.
Okay. Did Mary say anything to you at all, or anything out loud?
We didn't get a chance to say nothing because when we bent the curve, I think we started to get our bearings. And by the time we realized anything, the gunshot started.
Okay. Mary didn't say anything to you after the gunshot?
She didn't get a chance to say nothing.
Okay.
Because if we got a chance, I would have asked her. But like I said, I didn't see no drugs.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I don't believe that. I can't say that he hand her no drugs because I didn't see him hand her nothing.
After.
And child, if it would have been some drugs in there, scared as I was, it would have still been in there. Because ain't no way in hell that I would even took a chance of trying to get no drugs. And my life was more important.
I understand that. And I
Yeah.
don't believe that.
Yeah.
You came out of there quick. Once the car rolled to a stop down there in the drive on the road, and I don't want to upset you, but can you just tell me what you did or what happened after that? Car came to a stop.
I just got out and ran home.
Okay.
And just fell on my knees and then started just boo-hooing.
You must have checked on Mary somehow.
I checked on Mary before I got out. Like when I grabbed her and I shook her.
Okay.
And I just looked at her.
When you got home, did you have any of Mary's blood on your hands or anything like that? Okay.
Not that I know of.
Okay.
That's the same jacket you're wearing from that night, right?
Same pants too.
Yeah, these are the exact same thing.
How did you get out of the car?
Through the window.
Going through the window. Why? I think I know the answer.
But you will still see my handprint on the one like that Saturday where I leaned up to.
I think I know the answer, but I'd just like to hear your reasoning. But why did you climb out the window?
Because I was scared that whoever was shooting could have been running up, you know.
I know,
don't
but
know.
why didn't you open the door?
I don't know. Because I guess I panicked and it was like a clear shot for me. I'm so small. It don't take a second for me to
It's
just hop up
okay,
and
and
out.
there might not be a reason for it. You just did what you did. I thought maybe there was a reason.
I didn't want to look back because I was scared that whoever was doing that maybe.
As you moved away, you walked away from it. Did you keep walking or did you stop at any point?
I stopped and looked back.
Where were you standing when you stopped and looked back?
Like right when you see me across the street,
Mm-hmm.
I stood right there for a minute to look back just to see if I was going to see her move or.
Okay. Did you step around any trees or anything like that? Did you see anybody over there behind the office, anybody out walking from the point where you got out of the vehicle to the point
I
where
don't
you
remember
got
seeing. Look,
You don't remember seeing
I don't remember seeing nobody.
him coming up the road or anything?
I didn't even look. I didn't even look back to see. I just when I got out, I was so scared to look back that I just was trying to get home where I felt that at least I was safe if he was coming. But I was scared as hell.
And you went straight home.
I went straight home.
When you got home, who was awake?
My niece
Where was she sitting?
and laying on the sofa.
Was she was awake watching TV or something? Did you talk to her when you came in?
Just walked in and went in my room and just fell on the floor and cried like a baby for a minute.
Mm-hmm. All right. When was the next time that you went back out of your house after that? After Sunday night?
I didn't go back out. Monday morning because I had to see my probation officer.
Okay. So Monday morning.
I left like 7:30. I went to my probation office and I came back home and I've been home like ever since. Well, I left went to my friend Freddie's house because I was like so distraught. And
Talk to Freddie about it.
yeah, because she was a good friend to Freddie.
Mm-hmm.
And
You told Freddie what happened?
yeah, well, I didn't tell them. I didn't tell nobody that. Nobody know that was just inside. I mean that what happened that I was still in there because I didn't tell nobody.
So you told Freddie that she got shot down the bottoms, but you
I told him I always
you
said I don't
were-
know what happened.
Have you seen anybody from the bottoms?
See, because I don't deal with the bottom. I don't go
Right.
to the bottom. And now I'm really
On the
scared
far
that
side.
if I go to the bottom, by them knowing that me and my friend, I'm feeling like if somebody did hurt her, that they know that she was my road girl, so they might feel like that I'm going to tell on them if I know who done it.
Well, Rickey knows that you were in the car, right?
No, we can even, see, when I had my hood on, I didn't even think he like looked in my face.
Really? So you had your
So
hood
I
up.
don't think he knew it was me.
Mhm.
Cause see, usually, when I had my hood on, I was like this, and I had my turned over and see Mary around so many people. So I don't think he really clearly saw my face. But I saw him. So I don't even think he. But I'm just assuming that if they thought somebody was in there with her, first thing they're gonna say is, she only ride with Tiny, especially at night. So, but I ain't hear nobody say that. I was in the truck. I heard nobody say that they saw me. So, I didn't tell nobody so in case something did go down.
Yeah.
But I can clearly identify to tell you that he was the last person she talked to, and I really feel like he the one done that.
And this is the same. How long you been knowing Rickey? I just want to flesh it out one more time.
I've been on Rickey maybe like, probably like 6, 7, 8 months. Cause I met him like when he had just got out of prison or something.
8 months. You know that he just got out of prison about that time.
Yeah, cause I remember him saying that.
Okay. I know that you mentioned that y'all had bought that you exchanged numbers with Rickey at one point.
See, cause he must be at a different number, and like I say, like we have see people that we have dealt with one time. Like Mary don't like how they serve, or Mary don't like that shit big enough. She don't go back and deal with them unless they just like we have no other place to, So, like I told him one day, me and her was at the Don store right down the corner store. Just went in, got us a drink and some chips, and we were sitting there just talking. And he walked by and he was like, we gave him a ride. This is my baby checking on me. We gave him a ride and he said, "Give me a number." She took him to the bottom. And he said, "Give me the number." And I said, "Well, give it to Mary, and I get it from Mary."
Yeah.
This was not the number you wrote down. This was.
That's how I ended up writing the
Another
number in my
number.
book. Because Mary was
Oh,
taking me,
that was that number.
Yeah,
Okay.
Mary was taking me to pre-trial release.
Yeah.
The one that we saw.
Well, yeah. Let me just flesh this relationship out just a little bit. But y'all kind of came into contact with Rickey through this guy Chris Surdy, and
She put all them in the
exchanged numbers back in October. Am I right so far? I remember that you said last night. You said that, and you said it again today that y'all bought from him sometimes, and that he's called you for a ride. Or called y'all
Yeah,
for
'cause
rides.
my mom had a Chevy Impala, but like a lot of times Mary gave them rides, and I didn't know.
How many times has he called you for a ride? Just
Maybe like
estimate.
3 or 4 times. But see, they don't like to call me for a ride because I rush them,
Yeah.
and they don't want to pay me because everything will be about drugs, especially if it's my mama's car. I need gas money.
And how many times?
But Mary was known to ride people.
Right.
Like they can call Mary if Mary ain't doing nothing.
Yeah, but this is just you we're talking about here,
Okay.
not Mary. And so 3 or 4 times since October, 3 or
I'm
4
saying
times
maybe I
in
gave him a ride
rides.
maybe a couple of times.
Okay, how many times have you bought with him or been with somebody that bought from him?
I only been with Mary who bought from him, but I used to buy like 3 for him for my son.
How many times have you met him for dope, with or without somebody?
Maybe like a handful.
10, 11, 12?
Not even that many times.
5, 6?
Yeah, something maybe like that.
Okay. And how often do you see him just on a daily basis?
Well, I just saw him when my daughter walked to the store, I want to say Friday.
Mm-hmm.
He go with some girl, must be staying somewhere around in the area, because he be walking from Orange Avenue.
You mentioned the Villas and Marco.
So he said that's where
Didn't you? I thought you told me that you picked him up there.
that's why I have picked him up and I have took him.
The apartment's on Woodville Highway.
Yeah.
South.
You and her.
Me and Mary done took him out there and picked him up, and I have took him out there and picked him up.
You have to. Okay.
Yeah.
So you know him pretty good.
But I know him good enough where if I go to him, if I see him now, probably he would. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So, all right.
So it's fair to say that if you were randomly, let's say you would go out there right now and you were just driving down the street and you saw him on the side of the road, that you would immediately recognize him.
Yeah, I know him. I know him.
Then you could speak to him, obviously.
Yeah, I would speak to him because they don't, like I say, they don't know that I talk to y'all, and I don't. And see, they hadn't seen me and Mary together in like some weeks. Me and Mary hadn't rode together in the bottom, and period. It been a minute since then, because usually lately when she pick me up, we ride out. We don't be around, so they really haven't seen me and her together.
And I know they show you some photographs, a bunch of photographs last night of different people, and I think he was one of them.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we may show you a photograph again, just to make sure that we are 100% talking about...
Yeah, because Villa San Marco is where his sister, I want to say, lives. That's him right there. That's Rickey.
Would you mind signing that? Saying, you could even write, this is, however you want to say it.
The guy that did whatever.
You can put his name.
Rickey from the bottom of the project.
And what did Rickey do?
Should I put he shot at me and Mary, or he
If that's what you saw,
I don't know.
then yes, ma'am.
Whatever you want to write.
This is in high school English class in Jefferson County. You can write whatever you want.
I thought this is Rickey, the man who trying to kill my friend. Because I don't know nobody else that would have did that, because she didn't talk to nobody else down there. She didn't deal with nobody else, so who else would have? But I say it's so petty that if he did give her something or whatever, that he would take her life for something so small. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Everything's petty in comparison to taking a life, you know. No doubt. I think that's a good idea.
Well, I just can tell you this much, whatever it is that...
That's what I need to do, is drop better.
No, it looks good.
Whatever it is that I can do to
that,
him, I'm still willing
We'll step
to.
out for a second.
I'm just trying to...
I'm going to show you this again. We're going to look at this again. Okay. All right. And correct me if I'm wrong. Okay. If anything seems off, and I'm going to ask you questions maybe, but if you see me do something or say something, say no, that's not right. Okay. So, y'all roll
Coming in the
projects. Going around the curve. Does this make sense so far?
Yeah.
Okay. Going around the curve. And this isn't to scale. This is me, my poor artist's abilities, okay? Pull in roughly in front of the apartment. Let's just say it's over here. You said it was slightly off.
Yeah, I'm going to say, like, just say if these apartments,
Yeah.
we pull maybe like right here. I'm in front of that door. Maybe like right here.
And these are like the stairwells.
Okay.
Okay, so I mean,
so like the
there's-
door would be right here.
Yeah, and there's
And
one
the
on
door
each
would be right
side.
here.
Yeah.
So we pull maybe like right here.
Okay. Okay, so it's off to the side of it.
Yeah.
I'm actually just for the time being going to say that this is the door.
Yeah.
Just to show that you were offset. Okay. So you had pulled in there, and you said you waited about
I'm going to say about 3 or 4 minutes, I assume.
3 or
If that-
4 about, and we're not. I mean, it's just everyday thing. You know, people don't sit there and go like this. You know what I mean? 3 to 4 minutes. Did you say that you thought she called him on the phone?
I think that she was getting ready to call him because she picked up her phone, but I think by the time she got her phone and everything, it looked like he must have walked out.
But at this point, she backed out first, though, right?
Yeah, I backed out.
Okay, so you backed out first, like this.
Yeah, and we was heading,
And then,
coming out.
okay, let me get rid of that arrow for the. So, let me make this loading a little bit longer.
Okay, just say that when we don't pull it in, so now we don't bite back out and we headed this way, come back
Okay,
out.
and so you stop about right
About right.
there.
Uh-uh.
Here, you
I'm
do
saying-
a little box, kind of like
We
how
stop
I
maybe like right here.
Make
this
it
is
a little bit bigger.
This the second stairwell right here, so we was like, I'm gonna say we was slant to where I could see the second stairwell.
And there's people. How many do you think?
It looked like about 4 or 5 people that
wow.
was standing on the bottom stairwell right here,
Yeah.
on this side.
Okay.
And he came walking from here.
Now describe, you said you look, did you
I looked
hear
back.
him call her out
He
first?
said, "Hey, Mary."
And that's what made you turn to look?
Yeah, and that's what
And
made
he
me
was
look
standing
back.
in front of the door?
I wanted to see who it was
Yeah.
that said, "Hey, Mary." So
Yeah.
when I looked back, it was him.
And you recognized him immediately?
I recognized him as soon as I
Blue
saw
puffy
him.
jacket on.
Yeah. Like, I want to say he had on a white t-shirt, but I'm not sure, and blue jeans, but
Hey,
I'm
that's,
not
that's, if you're not sure, they're not sure.
yeah, but I know he walked up to the car.
She still stayed there.
We still like stopped in our spot.
And then we did what we demonstrated,
yeah,
how
let
he
them
was
down,
in,
how
and
he
you were...
leaned in, yeah.
Okay.
And they was talking, and I was like looking over, just
And,
trying to like
and
be out of their
again,
business.
and again, he asked her,
What she wanted, and she said 100 piece. And like I said, I ain't never seen him pull out it. I thought maybe he's finna go back when he was coming out. I'm thinking maybe he's finna, because when she asked, I don't know if she asked him for 10 a week or 10 a change. I don't know. But
for whatever reason,
he leaned back
He
out
leaned
as
back.
if he finna go.
his arms came out?
I think one of his, I want to say this arm right here came out.
Okay.
This arm. But however it was when she hit the gas, he managed to take his other arm and hold on. So
Okay. And then the vehicle, can I see the thing? It went up forward like this. Okay.
yeah.
And he's
And
kind of
by
hanging
the time
on.
before we even got to the curb,
Okay.
he came off the
He
car.
was off. So-
Yeah, so we came. After we,
so-
I want to say when we got around the curb, like about a little bit out of the curb.
So he jumps off, or however he gets off. You go around, start going around the curve.
We got round the curb to the point where the car was straight.
Straight on. Okay, I got you.
And like I said, in my mind, I want to say Mary stopped the car. I don't know if we stopped the car to get our bearings to see what was going on. I don't remember why we stopped, but I figured we had to make a stop. Because by the time I said Mary, I heard the first gunshot.
Okay.
It hit the car. Is it anywhere on the outside of the car, like to the bottom, on the right side of the door that the car hit? I don't know. It's just like the first gunshot I know hit the car. It didn't hit like a window or nothing.
Okay.
That
You could hear it hitting the car.
Yeah, you could hear the first two. You could tell it hit the car. I want to say they hit the car, but it must be hit somewhere outside. But the third shot, when it went to ta, the third ta, something hit the back window, and whatever hit the back window, I don't know if it went.
But you had already turned. She started going because you said she stopped briefly.
Yeah, and I want to say by the time the first two shots, I think
She
we
was
realized. Yeah, I want that. See, and in my mind, I can't remember if we stopped or if we slowed down.
So either stopped or slowed down is when the first two came out.
Yeah, and then I think we realized he was shooting. That's why I want to say she went to hit the gas, and it's like when she hit the gas, whatever bullet I think that hit that window, it had to must be hit her. Because something hit the window and it shattered the window. That's when I grabbed me and I grabbed her, and I tried to pull us down. And because the car started going, but then the car, I ain't realize, I was down so low that I ain't realize the car was starting to go off
Yeah.
the road.
And you, between the point where it went off the road and the first two shots, you said you heard him say something, right?
He said, I want to say he said bitch before he even.
Okay. Bitch, and
Yeah,
then
that's
two
what
shots.
made bitch, and then pow pow.
And you turned around,
And that's when I just seen his arm, and he was like,
following along.
yeah. That's why I told you when I got out, I never.
Was that a run or a walk?
It
Or
was like he was coming up like bitch. You know how you just running and firing.
because he wasn't like sprinting full
No, he
speed,
wasn't like sprint full speed.
and he wasn't going like this.
No, so when I just happened to look back and I could see him saying bitch like that, and he was like firing. And I
You
was-
said you saw the fire. That's what you
yeah,
told
that's
us.
what made me look to see where he was at, and you could still see his coat one button up. That's why I want to say he had on a white shirt, but I could see that parka.
Yeah.
And you could just see the fire. Cause after the first time that you look back trying to see where it was coming from, cause he was like in the dark part that I really could see. Cause if you go right there right now while it's dark, so you can't hardly see, cause it's like a little dark shade spot right there.
But you could see the parka.
Yeah, I mean, once you see him firing, and you could tell by the shape of the coat and stuff, that was him.
Okay. No doubt in your mind.
No doubt in my mind.
Okay.
No doubt in my mind it was him, because I done seen him with that parka on. I done seen him walking Like I told you, we said something to the store, but so I seen the way it was moving,
Yeah.
and I looked back, like I said, because when the gun, you could see where the gunfire come from. That made you automatically look, so you could see his silhouette.
Right.
You know.
Because it's lit behind him in the parking lot area.
Yes.
I got you.
So you really could see his silhouette and know that that was him.
So you heard him. You think you heard him say, "Bitch," and then pow pow,
That's all I heard.
and then the car started going.
And like
And
if I
then-
started losing, I just say
and then
after I
shots.
heard the window break,
Mm-hmm.
it's like we started losing. Her feet couldn't. I don't know if he hit her and the bullet hit her and the car just couldn't go no more.
And did you stay ducked down?
I stayed
that's
down
how it went
until
off the.
I happened to when the car. I want to say the car hit the sidewalk, and that's when I like looked up a little and I pulled the steering wheel where me and her could go. And then I thought I hear no more gunshots. I pulled up out the window and I got out. And
Yeah, I want to bring up something. You said you saw something in the front when you looked up. You remember you told me you saw something when you looked up. So in front of
bullet
you,
hole.
the bullet, and that where was that? In the glass.
I want to say whichever.
What was
It was like when it came when I heard the black glass shatter and you look, you could see.
In the front, is that the front windshield? With
Yeah,
the
like
tires
over her steering wheel.
Uh huh.
Somewhere up in there should have been a bullet hole.
Okay.
Hit the glass.
It looked like a bullet.
Yeah.
Okay. So you see that.
And saying once I realized that, that's when I want to say after it hit the glass, it must be hit her and it went out that car lost.
And then the car stops. And then you're able to get out of the car by climbing out of the window, correct? You told me you didn't even bother to look to see what he was doing down there.
No, because I was too scared to look back. I don't want to look back, and he was like right there.
Right. As we
I
said
don't even
before,
come out because I'm scared to even come out the house like now because I just feel like so many people knew that I knew her, and I feel like if it's somebody done that to her, they think that I'm going to tell it, so I'm scared that they're going to hurt me. Well, I ain't scared. I mean, you know. But he didn't see me, so.
do you think, have you heard people talk about him since then? Like, you
I
think he's
never
still
heard
down
nobody talk
there?
about him.
Anybody talking about him since this all happened?
And see, I don't go down. I don't go down there.
Right, and I know you don't like to go down there, and you don't go down there, but I wasn't
I'm
sure.
willing
people-
to walk down there if I have to go just to check it out and see him and have to come back and call. I mean,
Mhm.
I'm willing to do whatever it takes.
Do you know, does he hang out with Sir?
Well, see, he used to hang out with Serty, but I have not. Serty, like, I thought, okay, some boy named Chris got popped down there some weeks ago.
Okay.
If you know whoever Chris is.
What does Chris go by? Does he go by Chris or
Call him Scoop.
Scoop?
But they say he got busted in the bottom of the project. See, that was when I used to go to the project. I used to deal with him and Serty, but I know Scoop stayed out there and stayed in San Marco too.
Mhm.
So that's how I know them three through Serty, but I haven't seen him and Serty, like, hang out in a long time, because he just started
Scoop still locked up or something?
Scoop just got busted down there, probably like 2 weeks ago, going on 3 weeks now.
Okay.
But I have not seen like them hang out. It's like once he started hanging in the project, that's where that boy, I could see him like from sitting on my porch every other day. He walking. So one day I said, "Where you be walking from?" And he said his girl house. So he got a girlfriend stay somewhere.
Rickey.
Yeah, somewhere over there.
You ever seen her before?
Cause I ain't know he had a girlfriend.
He just said at my girl's house.
Yeah. And I be seeing him walking up. It's somewhere coming off Orange Avenue, somewhere in that area, past Pasco somewhere.
Uh-huh.
On that side, because I see him walking, like, coming to the project now, like.
Yeah.
I'm so scared. I just feel so much. I really feel, I feel 100% better.
Good.
I just couldn't deal with this.
And again, I'm only saying this because I want it to make you feel a little bit better, but it would not have mattered if an ambulance was right there and a doctor was right there.
I wouldn't have been there to save her.
It wouldn't have mattered. There was literally nothing you could have done to save her. It was. That's it. Bottom line. There's no but this or maybe if I did this. It wasn't. There was nothing you could have done. And I totally get your
and I
fear.
think if I wouldn't even, I was so busy thinking about my 77 that I wanted to stay there till the police came But I was so busy because I know I'm on curfew, and I'm on 2 years. I didn't want to go to jail, so
Yeah.
that's another reason why I left, because I wanted to stay there until they came.
Do you remember when you got out of the car, do you remember a vehicle coming down the hill or anything like that, or passing you when you were walking away?
It was a vehicle before the car even pulled off. It was a car coming in, but I don't know if it was a truck or a car. I was so damn scared that I just saw the lights. So
What I can tell you is that someone pulled up right after you got out. They're the ones that called.
and see,
So they got to it sooner than you could have, and
I think I looked back and saw that, and that would kind of really make me feel better, because I didn't exactly go right in the house. I was standing hoping that somebody saw her.
somebody did.
And that somebody would stop and help her.
They did.
Because I didn't want to just leave her. Because that was my friend. And I really didn't want to just leave her out of that, because I feel like I just abandoned her. And I think that's what
You wouldn't have been able to help. We wouldn't have been here. We wouldn't have gotten as far as we did, and you wouldn't have done her any justice if you would have stayed around and taken the risk of gotten killed yourself. Because you don't know what he was going to do, if he was going to come up there and.
I'm just sorry that it happened.
I know. I know you are.
I miss her so much. I told my mom I ain't really think that she was my only friend that I really hung out with. I really, really miss her. I got so much stuff that she had given me. She gave me a ring, and my mom's car just got repossessed on Saturday. She told me, she said, "Where's the ring that I gave you?" I said, "Man, a raggedy ass ring is home on my bed." So she was like, "Well, you having so much bad luck, so I want you to." I said, "Now we're home and did this." She said, "Go home and put that ring on and wear it for 1 hour and then flip it around the other way and put it back on, and you're gonna have good luck." I was just telling my baby, I said she'll call me and be like, "This is your cracker bedtime on the phone crying. If you don't answer the phone, I'm gonna cut myself." And I get on the phone and call and be like, "Mary, don't call me with that shit." I said, "If I see you and you don't cut yourself, I'm gonna slap the shit out you. That's how we'll cuss each other out. And tomorrow." Hey,
That's how we are up here in the office. That's how, you know.
I called her and said, "Mary, I need something to eat. I don't have any. I need to do this, I need to do that." She'll sacrifice. I said, "I don't never have much money, but I don't care if I spend $10. I'll call Mary and say, 'Mary, I got us $10. She'll come and say, "That's all you had, T?" I said, "Mary, that's all I can afford." But she was like, "At least it's just the thought that counts." She said, "You're like my only friend." And it's just I told my baby, I heard sirens this morning, and I just boo-hoo cried, because it's I don't even want to hear sirens. I can't sleep because I just keep seeing Mary in my mind. And I tell you, it's unbelievable. And my baby said, the Lord sent Mary to me for me to save her. Because he said he felt I said, but I couldn't stop. My job was to send her back home, which I tried.
You can only tell her. You can't make her. Let's take a break. You want something? You can go to the bathroom. You want something to drink?
No, you give some water.
You want some water? Okay, I'll get you some water. Let me go find some.
I just think I was thinking that I'm going to go to jail. I want to talk to y'all so bad last night. But I wanted to tell y'all so bad last night that I went home and it just weighed on me that I was like, well, maybe today I was just thinking about calling Mr. Hell, but I didn't want my mom and them to know. I didn't want,
Not interested in your curfew. I'm going to go find you some water, okay?
Thank
You sure you don't need to use the restroom?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
There you go. You want some snacks, food, anything like that?
Thank you.
Give us just a minute.
Well, I could do we had these people get you some justice. Cause that was wrong with it, huh?
Would you like a piece of chocolate?
No, thank you.
If you said yes, I was going to give you one. Main and
Maybe before I go, I'll take these.
I want to die.
It's from Italy.
Oh, yeah, I'll take these.
Do we have some of that?
Yeah.
I'm still here. Grab some. Bring me one piece. One small piece.
I'll bring all that.
I'm sorry.
No.
I'm sorry for not telling the truth yesterday.
It's okay. It's okay.
I told him I was just so scared because I'm trying not to get in no trouble. And
Yeah.
but if it's going to help get my friend justice, it don't even matter.
We don't care about that now. We understand and understood last night. Understood from the get-go, Miss Rosemary, that
I promise you, and I just, I feel better, but I'm not going to feel better till we get, because I'm going to help get, if he done it, and I know he did, I'm going to help y'all get him.
Okay. Now, our job is not over as it comes to you.
even though we got to this point, so I have to ask some questions. While the shoot was going on, you talked about how you ducked down. You ducked down because you thought, what did you think? You were going to get shot, or?
Didn't want to get hit by a bullet. Didn't want her to get hurt trying to pull us down, you know. Just scared, you know, just to hear bullet shots and then shooting at you, towards you.
All right.
It's scary.
So you're in the passenger seat, there's bullets coming. Could you have been hit by one of these bullets?
I probably could have.
Okay.
It's just God's grace that I did.
Was that thought in your mind that I might get killed or shot or hurt?
But I shouldn't think neither one of us was going to get shot because I thought that we were just going to be able to.
Yeah. And when the car came to a stop, you talked about how scared you were. That's why you crawled through the window. What were you scared of?
That he was going, whoever was shooting could be coming up behind me to shoot. And I told him I wanted so bad to just stay there till the police came.
Mm-hmm.
But I was scared.
Okay, that's fine. And just like I said, you're a victim in this too. Okay.
I'm just sorry that I really had because I felt like I abandoned her once I left her.
No. How long have y'all been living? How long's your family been at 2500 Holden?
3 years.
Okay. Is that HUD housing or is it just rental?
Rental.
Okay. Here's the thing: is we are going to do our best to find him and arrest him. You seem like you're fairly confident that he didn't see you because you had the hood up.
Yeah, I don't think he saw me. Because I think if he would have saw me, like all the posts that people are posting, I think somebody would have said they saw me. Or he would have mentioned to somebody that he saw me.
And nobody's come at you, right?
See, I just think people that text me, ask me what happened, they ask me because me and Mary hung out, and that was my friend.
You're not worried about him putting two and two together. Oh, Mary's always with her. It must have been her that was in the car. You're not worried about that?
I think about, because Mary knew a whole bunch of people, they hadn't been seeing us, but I just think because they probably might think because Mary white, I'm black. She's not going to tell. She's going to, but it's about the truth. It don't matter. Mary was black, white, green, or brown, and that was my friend,
And are you worried about going back to your apartment?
No, because I don't hang to the bottom. I don't come out and I'm fairly
I
comfortable.
know, but I mean, I don't know, walking distance is less than a quarter mile from the top where you are to the bottom.
I feel like now, if he done what he done, I don't think he gonna bother me because you already in a world of trouble and they know on our end, it's cameras up there. We stay right in front of the camera. So, I don't hang out, so I don't be out, so, If I thought I was gonna be scared of him, I was just scared that night because at the time of the shooting, maybe he came up to make sure, he probably would have ran to make sure he shot her or make sure if she was in there, That was my mind thing, my mind frame of thinking then. But it's not like I'm scared that he's gonna, no.
Okay. And you understand that even when you're not at your house, you got your daughter, your son, your mother, your niece, everybody else is there too.
Yeah.
You're not worried. Are you worried about anything happening to them? Okay.
See, because I don't think, like I say, I keep saying again, everything happened so fast. Like when he leaned in, he didn't even take time to see who I was. So that's why I really don't think he saw me in the whole while. I never put my hood off because my hood was still like, and I was cold, so I had my hood like this. It was like, and it was zipped up. But I really don't think that he saw me.
You need to stop wearing that for the next few days. You know that, right?
Okay.
If that's what she was wearing that night, you need to stop wearing that.
Okay. But I don't think that he, because that's why I asked my niece to check Facebook. I'm not a Facebook person, but my daughter and them, they go on Facebook and stuff, but I didn't hear nobody say that, I was in the trouble with Mary. I haven't heard none of that.
Okay.
So, and right now, really, I don't care if they did know that I was in there. If I thought they had hurt me, I would come tell you and let you know, but like I even said, I don't care if they know that because it was wrong what they done to her, and he got paid for what he done, so.
Okay. I personally would feel much better if you stayed somewhere else.
Yeah, I can go to my sister's.
Where does your sister
She
stay?
live on Ridge Road.
On Ridge Road?
But I'll tell you, that part of the project that we in, police like scroll through. I don't really think that he's gonna be up there no more. Well, I ain't gonna say that he won't because they probably will try to come, but I don't think that he's gonna bother me.
Okay. Would you like for us to find you a hotel room somewhere on the other side of town for the next day or 2 or 3?
If y'all can, if it ain't gonna get me in no trouble.
You got,
Let me get in
what are
trouble.
your conditions? Are you got to be at home, right?
77.
Okay. All right. And your sister stays.
On Ridge Road.
Okay.
Oh, you have to stay at my daughter. I probably be better at my daughter's because she live up in Orange Park.
Okay. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to not say it, but I want you to write down your sisters, and you said your sister, and you said you had another person.
I probably would go to my daughter than my sister.
Write down her name, her address. You know the house numbers?
See, I have to get the addresses to both of them.
Okay.
So I have to get a
You know their
car.
phone numbers?
Yeah, I know what phone number.
Write down their names, what street or what neighborhood they live in, and their phone numbers. First and last names, phone numbers.
See, my
what
daughter
street.
been living with me, but
Mhm.
she's getting her address changed tomorrow to move with her girlfriend.
Okay.
So that's up. I can get the
All
address.
right. Write down as much information about both of them as you can. Phone numbers, work numbers, house address, house street, full name, and all that. I'll be back in 1 second. Okay.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Did you hear that announcement? Here, Miss Rosemary.
Oh,
Lovely
thank you.
big chocolate bar
Oh,
for you.
thank you.
You're welcome. Just yell out if you need anything, okay?
Okay, thank you so much.
Double check mark. Can you write down your PO's name and phone number? Because in the event,
That's the car.
I want you to stay at one of these two places tonight. Okay? Your family's here. And we need to go out in the hallway. You want me there with you, and we probably need, they want to know what's going on, because they're worried about you.
Because I didn't tell my family because I didn't want them
I know.
to really worry.
When you tell them together, so they're aware of what's going on. And
Well, can I make arrangements to stay tomorrow night? Because I've been and got up and some everything I need.
Hmm?
Can I make arrangements to go to one of these tomorrow night?
Mm-mm.
I need to go like tonight.
Mhm.
I think I'm going to go to my daughter's girlfriend house then.
okay. That's fine. Write down your PO's name and phone number.
Tiffany.
That way, if there's anything comes up about you not being where you're supposed to be at, I can talk to him, which we'll reach out to him tomorrow.
She out Sawmill, but I don't know her phone in the card at home.
Just write down Sawmill. I know the number. And who is it?
Tiffany
Is
Robinson.
it?
Tiffany.
It's Tiffany? Okay. All right. I know Tiffany. All right. So I'll reach out to her.
But I can definitely go to my daughter's girlfriend's house tonight.
This is what I want to happen. Your family's there. I want them to take you straight there.
Okay.
I want one of them to go back to your house on Holton Street and get whatever hygiene products, whatever change of clothes that you need,
Okay.
and bring it back to you tonight. I don't
Okay.
want you to drive back over there with them and spend 3 hours loading up a car.
Okay.
Okay, I want you to go there and stay.
Okay.
And I want you to call us when you leave.
Okay.
Don't leave. I want you to stay there, okay, until we tell you it's time that you can go back home.
Okay.
Okay? If something happens and you go from one address to the other, to your sister's place, call.
Okay.
Okay? We're going to give you some numbers to call. You can write them down in.
Okay, let me ask one more thing, because my daughter is on 77.
Mhm.
Is it be okay if she can stay with me? Because she get her address changed
Stay
tomorrow.
with you where?
Oh, at her girlfriend's house. Because she got her address
Mhm.
changed. She did her address change today, so she should be in there in the computer.
Okay. This is what I'm going to say. It's not my call as to whether or not your daughter can stay with
Okay.
you. If she has got everything straight, where
Yeah,
by
'cause she
tomorrow
did that
she's
today.
going to be
Mm-hmm.
she's going to be legal to be staying over there, and this is a safety issue. You do what you need to do.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Because you know, and I know that he's probably not going to come by doing house checks tonight.
Okay. Yeah.
If he does, then refer him to me and we'll talk to him. Okay? That's not a license to go off and do anything illegal.
Oh, I ain't gonna do nothing
Okay.
illegal. I'm done with all illegal stuff. This
Okay.
has opened my eyes.
I want you not to smoke for the next few days.
I ain't been smoking no more. Period.
Coffee and cigarettes. I don't want you getting some urge at 3 o'clock in the morning to go back over to Bond
No.
and buy and run across on these guys.
I ain't finna smoke no more. I'm done. This
Can you control
opened
it?
my eyes. Yeah.
When's the last time you smoked?
Maybe Saturday.
Okay.
But this has opened my eyes to it.
Okay.
It don't really turn my stomach to it.
Mhm.
I don't want to do it. I'm not gonna do it no more.
Yep. And the boys will take your money and ruin your life.
That has been done.
So we're going to do that. We're going to give you some numbers. Where's your notebook at?
Notebook come in handy.
Okay. In the case of an emergency that's happening right then and there, who are you going to call? 911. No, don't call me. Because you're going to call my cell phone number. It's going to wake me up out of a deep sleep. I'm going to be at my house way, way, way far away from here. And you're going to say, come help me, please, come help me, please. Something bad's happening. And it's going to take me 45 minutes to get there.
Okay.
Okay?
911.
You're going to call 911.
Okay.
Okay? And after the dust settles, you can call me or you can call Investigator Adrian. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So, do you have Adrian's work cell?
I'll be right back.
And if y'all would think anything y'all need that y'all think I can answer, I can help y'all with, don't hesitate to call me or come get me. Because I'm willing to do whatever it takes. See, I have to get my sister information, but see, I really said my sister, but I don't want to say that because she's going through a case with TCF and my niece's kids. So I'd rather go to my daughter's.
All right.
I was just thinking about that.
Orange Park.
Right up Orange Avenue. Before you turn on Eisenhower, go up a little bit, it's the trailer park. Sit right to your left.
Okay.
Right there.
I know where you are. She's going to be coming back with Investigator Adrich's telephone number.
That's the other guy that was in here.
Mark. It's Mark.
It looks like it's spelled Adric, but it's Adric.
Adric, okay.
Yeah, because people are foreign or something, I don't know.
545-7531.
Okay. So, that's who you're gonna call,
Okay.
to say, I'm here, but I'm gonna have to leave and go to so-and-so's house. And honestly, I don't want you calling me every time that you set foot out the door to go to the store. or
'Cause I
across the
will.
street. No, you're not, because
But
you're
see,
not
I
gonna
don't
do
go
either one of
nowhere.
those.
I don't go nowhere, so I'm like
yeah.
in the house type person. Like all day today,
Yeah.
I only went and met my daughter from Appeal, and
Yep.
I'm like in the house type person. I don't hang out in the streets. I don't go out.
You're gonna get your homemaking skills in order, and you can be cooking and eating in.
Okay, gotcha.
And watching a whole lot of Maury Povich on TV.
I gotcha.
Okay? Is he good?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay.
Did you tell anyone? They might have already asked you this. Did you tell anyone what you witnessed?
No, I told him
Not even family.
I'm so happy that I got this off my chest because I haven't slept in like 2 days. I didn't want to tell my family because I don't want them stressing. I really don't want them to know now that what I know because I don't.
Well, do you think that you want me to go down there, have them come up, and we can talk to them together in general terms?
Do we have to tell them?
They're going to wonder why you're up here.
Because they already know that y'all just questioning me to help me try to find out because Mary was my friend. So I just rather just keep it as.
Are you wondering if they're going to...
Are they going to question why you're staying at other houses?
Yes. And I don't...
No, I'm just saying
I want-
because he want me, they scared till they get whoever they think done this, and he just looking out for my well-being.
I want them to understand the seriousness of this, okay? And
see, they right now just feel like y'all question me because I'm the only friend that Mary had.
Mhm.
See, they don't feel like nothing wrong. They just feel like by me being her only friend, I know her better than anybody.
Okay.
And that's why they feeling like that y'all keep questioning me.
The only reason I would suggest they maybe know is if they see a suspicious vehicle or just something that you might not see, but
And that's
I
the
just-
thing.
and that's
Does
kinda
Ricky
my-
knows your apartment?
No.
He doesn't know your apartment. But does he know that you live in there somewhere?
He know I stay in the project somewhere, but they like, I told you, they never see me. If I'm in the project, I don't hang out. I'm in the
I get
house.
it. But one day he might have seen you from a distance coming or going from there.
And see, I can't say that, so.
I know. One day he might have seen you from a distance with your daughter or your niece or your son, and he sees one of them. So that's what we think is it'd be nice if we tell them so they're aware this is happening, so that they can kind of be on guard as well. You know what I mean? I know you don't.
and we're not saying anything's going to happen. It's just
Right.
better safe than...
Cause I'm like a real worrier.
Right.
And like my sons, they're gonna worry that if I don't stay home.
Yeah. It's better that they know the reason why, so they don't think you're out getting
I
high.
just
It's
rather
better
tell
that they
mom.
know for their own safety and for yours. It's better that they know so that they understand that they're going to take you straight there. They're going to get your stuff. They're going to take it to you with no flack. They ain't going to fuss about it. They're going to do it.
Okay.
And this is a temporary solution starting tomorrow or the next day as soon as we can. You know, if we have to, if we can't resolve this sooner, we'll work on a more long-term solution. Okay?
Yeah.
This is
I don't want to tell my kids, but I might tell my mom.
Okay. All right.
I tell
Is your
my
mom
mom.
downstairs?
Okay. Yeah, Mom
Okay.
is here. Do you want me to bring her up?
Yeah, you can bring mom up.
And we'll go in the
So-
conference room.
Okay.
You know,
Cause my kids, they like worriers,
You'll be up.
especially if I don't.
yeah.
If I
We'll
need
meet
to
you
go
over there.
stay, my son is not.
What did it say? Your mom and maybe sister?
My mom, my sister.
Okay.
Well, you can bring both of them. We don't matter.
Okay. All right. I'll be up.
It don't matter.
Let me make sure, if you just have to, let me make sure Mark's done, and then I'll be back to you.
Man, thank y'all so much.